Hello guys, and welcome to another video. Today we're going back, a blast of the past, and by past I mean July. This was a race back when I was in France called GP Redon, or GP Redon if you're reading it in English. Yeah, so I'm going to skip to the final lap. You know, it was classic, lots of breaks, coming back, going off again. In the end, we're in a break with, I think, two of my teammates in about a 10-man break. Two guys up the road who had a big gap, you know, a couple of guys that tried to close it, but everything kept coming back together. There were this other team that had two guys and they were shutting down everything we did, so it was really difficult. So like I said, coming into the final lap here, I was like, okay, these guys up front are not getting brought back unless we do a max effort from here. So I just full sent it and hope for the best. And yeah, I'll show you what happened. So yeah, like I said, did a max effort. This is a slight drag. I think it had a crosswind as well, if I remember correctly. And yeah, I wasn't really thinking exactly what would happen from this moment, but I was like, someone needs to go full gas to bring this gap. And obviously if we can get a gap, then that's the best, because obviously we don't want to bring the other guys to the finish. And luckily, pretty much the perfect thing happened. So as I went up here, one guy and my teammate Harry clocked my attack and managed to get on my wheel just over this hill. So I turned the left here. I think I was still just on my own, but the first guy caught me, and then just like 50 meters later, I looked behind and I saw Harry was there too. So firstly here you can see I dropped down to about 200 watts. This is when I was trying to get the first guy to take some turns, but I didn't realise at the time one of the guys up front was his teammate, although I quickly cottoned on. And then I saw Harry had just got across as well, so I was like, right, this is perfect. So I notched the watts back up again and tried to pace it just right so that I could bring the other guys back. This part here is slightly downhill, so I wasn't doing a huge amount of power. I was just focusing on getting as aero as possible, and then you know, before we take the next left, then that was my plan, when I would really start hammering on the watts, because earlier on in the race I was making up a lot of time here just by getting aero, because it was pretty fast. Just going past 1k to go, we can see one of the guys who we've been chasing. Obviously he wasn't the problem. There was one guy who had a fair amount, he was a fair amount further. So coming around this corner, this is where I started to really sort of open up, especially now we're into a bit of a headwind as well. I've included Harry's power in the pink, so he's on my wheel, or I think maybe behind the guy that's on my wheel. So at this point I was just trying to, you know, focus on getting aero. Guy on the right, he's been lapped, so don't worry about him. You know, past 500 meters to go, you can hardly even see the guy on the camera. So at this point I was like, I'm really not sure if we're going to do this. I kick through here with 400 meters to go, with whatever I have left. Harry starts kicking past me, you'll see him in a second, and as soon as I go past, I just shout at him, like, I can't remember what I shouted, but I told him to get him. Yeah, it's got to be one of the closest finishes I've ever seen. It's pretty cool to catch the guy literally by 5 meters, the poor guy. I would have cried if that was me. And then Harry posted up, I posted up. We got the coldest picture in cycling, so yeah, it was pretty funny. Hopefully people didn't take it the wrong way, but yeah, just cool to match up the celebrations. Yeah, awesome race, fun city, and then obviously another awkward podium where we hardly speak a word of French. But yeah, it's super awesome to be racing there. And if you guys want me to post the full unedited race, then let me know in the comments. I don't know if that's something you'd enjoy, but anyway, that's going to be the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.
Yeah.